Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderfall Gaming. In today's video we're going to take a look at the brand new Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry rules for Callis and Toll, the Saviours of Cinderfall. In this video we're going to take a look at all the fighters inside the new box set containing our favourite heroes of the Mortal Realms, going over each model's stats, the abilities they have access to, and also how to build and expand upon the set to create a 1000-point warband to play in your games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry. In this box set, all the models come from the Order of Azir Allegiance. We've seen very briefly in Warcry before this particular allegiance. It's a Grand Alliance Order Allegiance, and the special thing here with this is each fighter in the Order of Azir Allegiance can only be included in your warband once, no doubling up on any fighters at all. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. To start with, we have none other than Hanover Toll. This is the warband's leader, and he's a nice versatile fighter with some short range shooting and decent melee damage. Besides the leader rune mark, this fighter also has the agile and warrior rune marks. The warrior rune mark will give Toll access to the Grim Resolve faction reaction, which allows the model to heal before hits are landed upon them, and the agile rune mark as well will give him access to a triple ability called Right Tool for the Job, which can allow you to hit melee crits on a chosen enemy fighter within 3" on 5s. Armand Callis is next, Toll's right-hand man, and another solid all-rounder, but he trades some attacks for higher strength value. Callis also has the warrior rune mark, giving him access to the reaction mentioned before, but he also has the scout rune mark, which allows him to use the Give Them Both Barrels triple ability to make a bonus ranged attack with a range of up to double the value of the ability. Valus, the Keeper Aquitian, is next, 30 wounds and a defense of 6 make him by far the tankiest fighter in the force. He also packs out some solid damage with 4 attacks at a strength of 5 and 3 damage with 5 damage on crits. He also has the fighter rune mark for access to the reaction and the bulwark rune mark as well for a triple ability that can allow him to potentially reduce damage coming in by value equal to the ability to a minimum of 1. Mistress Varentia is next, the Spymaster of Hammerhall, and a solid one-shot range attack she has with a nice crit damage of 6, and she's got okay combat output. She has a terrifying rune mark though, and this gives her access to a triple ability, Secrets from the Shadow, which is amazing. This ability allows you to pick a double, triple, or quad from your opponent's ability, dice pool, and roll a dice, then add the value of this ability, and on a 7+, that ability score is removed. Lissa Ravenna is next, and she's the last humanoid fighter in the warband. She has the fly rune mark, which is super useful for moving around the battlefield, though she doesn't have particularly high movement to go with it. And she also has the trapper rune mark as well, which is going to allow her to have access to the Tangle Them Up triple, which allows them to pick a visible enemy fighter nearby and subtract 2 from the chosen enemy's melee attack actions. Lastly, we have Balthus, the group's trusty Gryph-hound. This model has the Beast rune mark and a solid defense of 4, but only 8 wounds. The trusty companion has 4 attacks at a strength of 4 and 1 damage with a crit damage value of 4, however. So where to next? There's not a lot of models for the Order of Azir rune mark warband, but to add another leader to our force, I'd go with Haskell Hexbane from the Hexbane Hunters warband. We'll round this out with some solid shooting from him and combat, 20 wounds and a defense of 4. The leader rune mark as well will give Hexbane access to a special triple called Brand of Righteousness, which only allows you to add the value of the ability to melee attack actions critical hit damage, and he also has access to the reaction mentioned beforehand thanks to the warrior rune mark. Joining Hexbane, we've just then gone and add a few extra bodies too, and this is going to be his 2 faithful hounds, Grotbiter and Ratspike, the 2 hounds also found inside the Hexbane Hunters box set. And so our force would consist of 2 leaders, one of them being Hanover Toll, and the second one being our other witch hunter, Haskell Hexbane. This gives us some good use of abilities that only leaders can use around the table, like Inspiring Presence. Next, we have our regular fighters, which is going to include Armand Callis, Valius, Mistress Varentia, and Lissa Ravenna. And lastly, we're going to have our Thralls and or Beasts, and this includes Balthus the Gryph-hound and Grotbiter and Ratspike, the loyal hounds of Haskell Hexbane. If we were going to look at how to organise our warband into 3 battle groups, I'd organise them looking something like this, with battle group 1 containing Hanover Toll and Arman Callis, who, just need to go together, along with Grotbiter, giving them just an extra couple of wounds. And then battle group 2 would be Haskell Hexbane, and I'd tie him with Lissa Ravenia. That can be a really solid distraction and utility force, along with Ratspike, who would be joining them. And then we've also got Valius, the Keeper Action, meaning we've split up, our 3 major heroes with Mistress Varentia and Balthus there, his loyal Gryph-hound. We hope that this video was helpful in getting you started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry, and that it was able to give you some ideas and inspiration to start your own force in the game. If you have any other questions at all, please comment them down below and we'll endeavour to get back to you. And while you're there, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe and join our Discord server as well, linked in the video's description, for all our future Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry content.